Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia and welcome back to another episode of Deck Showcase. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, Deck Showcase is a weekly series for the upcoming collectible card game, Total War Elysium, where I will be showcasing one of my current decks in the game, and this week we'll be taking a look at a deck for King Priam, called the Stunning Defense Priam. So for those of you who have seen our previous episode, this deck is going to look a little familiar, as Priam is also an ancient time period general, so we're using a lot of the same cards that we use for our Dongzhuo deck, which is another late game control deck, and for Priam here, he specialized in late game control as well a defensive focus on structures. So we kind of mix and match between the Dongzhuo deck and this one. So the early game is all about survival here, as we have cards like Conceal, Campfire, Stockade, Armed Recruiters, Demoralise, Divine Intervention. Lycian Stonemason's kind of a late game structure card, even though it only costs 2. Fireship is for control, Messengers for value, and then we have things like Trample, Vineyard, Garrison, Out of Position, which is a very defensive stun a line, buy yourself another turn type of card, and then we have Scribe. So Scribe is really going to define our mid game, as we have featured this in our Dongzhuo deck. The main combo here is to use Vineyard for early supplies, then transition into a Scribe Conceal supply turn where you draw most of your deck, and if you have most of the cards available to you, that's when Control's deck really shine. And the biggest weakness for Priam is that if you go too heavily into structures, and the enemy have a card called Regime Change and just wipe your board out, you have no way to recover, because you need to exhaust a lot of cards to combo your structures. So we actually took out a lot of those combo cards. There will be no Shrine to Hephaestus in this deck. There is also no Man the Walls, and there's also very limited number of structures available in this deck. And then moving on, Trojan Wall is included. It is one of the best cards that's for structure Trojan decks. And then we have Pyrrhic Victory, which is a good card for this deck because we're not worried about wiping out all units, because we'll be mainly featuring structures in the late game. And finally, we have additional board clear in Demolition, which we can use to blow up Trojan Walls or Vineyards in the late game for extra damage. And lastly, we have the Citadel of Troy, which is the key meta card that has enabled the structure cards to be an offensive power in the late game, as it will help all your structures attack the enemy general during each daybreak. So that's kind of the makeup of this deck, and similar to last week where we featured Cao Cao's budget deck, the best way to show you guys how this plays is to just play a few games. So the rest of this episode will be 3 games that I have played recently, and hopefully you guys will get to enjoy that. So let's jump into it right away. Alrighty guys, and the best way for us to showcase our decks is to take them for a spin. So let's start battle and see who we can queue up here. And the thing about this deck is I feel like it's slightly unconventional compared to a lot of the Priam structure decks that's out there, because I actually don't use a lot of the main structure cards, because I feel like Priam is currently struggling in the meta. Because on one hand, you want to load him up with a bunch of structures, but when you do that, you are prone to a lot of combos, because early on you need a bunch of different cards to make your structures strong. So the route that I kind of went with him with this deck is that I want to ensure that I can survive the first 2 daybreak. We're simply stalling. So the title of this deck is not called any structure deck, it's called Stunning Defense, because we have the Desperate Defense card that we're going to utilize to survive our early games. And we are having trouble finding an opponent. Let's see if we can find one anytime soon. And there we go. Finally found one. And the thing here is we don't really play structures at all until past the second daybreak. Ooh, Surin deck. These are getting popular. Surin's getting a big buff in September. But right now they're not buffed yet. And I'm pretty sure we can outlast her. Okay, so this is our deck. And the thing that we want early on is we need to survive. And we want to turn things around after the second daybreak. So the must-have is Scribe, Conceal, Vineyard. So these 3 cards will give us the combo to draw out our deck in the second daybreak. And then on top of that, we're going to want to take the Fireship, the Armed Recruiter for Temple, Messenger to draw cards, Demoralise, Trample to kill off key targets, and then for the last card, I think I want to take a Campfire for healing. And that's about it. And this could be modified a bit depending on your opponent, but in this case, Soren doesn't scream any strategy in particular, and we're just going to take the standard cards. And the whole idea is we're going to play around with Desperate Defense for pretty much the first 2 daybreaks. Alright, she's set up to attack us. Let her do so. We are going to move up and stun ourselves. And this way we get 2 extra health to kind of absorb damage. Because it's not going to be a -2 when next turn occurs. Let's say she hit us right here and knock us down to 16, which she probably won't do. We'll drop to 15. Whatever is the max health at that point if it's higher. Okay, so here we can get a little cheeky. We can take a bit of damage just to get ourselves sped up. So Armed Recruiter into a supply catch, because we do have a Vineyard in our hand, so we can definitely get more supplies later. And we're just going to buff him. Also stunning him. And he's going to spawn 3 1/1 recruits, because his attack at end of turn is 3. That's how Armed Recruiters work. So we got a ton of value right there on turn 2. They could potentially attack our general or use her ability to kill off one of them to spawn her card. If Soren gets buffed in September, where the Sun Attendant, oh that's dead. If the Sun Attendant comes out, then straight up on the field, if you guys know what I mean. So right now, if she kills, oh that's a waste, that's a waste. She doesn't know how it works. So when you use Demoralise, which is a super powerful card, it's -2/-2. It's not considered damage, so the stunning defense, if she just let it end turn, it would automatically die. You didn't need to actually hit them. But we're not going to let her know that. We just want some more supplies. And we're going to kill off the range. And we're going to actually just hide our general. We only have 15 health. You can't really play around with this. And next turn we have a pretty big tempo swing when we can play out our Fire Ship plus Desperate Defense. Because Fire Ship plus Desperate Defense means we will be a 3/7. Ooh, why did she do that? She's gonna... Okay, I don't know if I agree with that, but that's fine. It's not a bad move. We did lose a bunch of health. Feels like she's trying to burst us down. Okay, so we did get one of our kids during the daybreak. Always take this during the second daybreak. That's going to be your big tempo swing card. Hopefully they empty their hand, you clear the board, and then you'll be set to continue with an advantage with Scribe. We're still going to pick Scribe, Conceal. If the Vineyard is still alive, don't pick another one. You're going to have way too many supplies. Take a Divine Intervention. It's pretty much a better Conceal. And start grabbing your combos for buildings. Demoralize is still good, so I think we'll give up a Campfire because we still have one. And that's about it. Still being very passive in the second daybreak. And we're just hoping to stall here. So some of the best stall cards are actually our Sun. Anything that hits him will be stunned. And to prevent her from drawing more combos or maybe killing us with cavalry, we're going to play Fire Ship. And since we are getting a steady supply of supplies, we'll boost him. So the Fire Ship will attack any unit that's deployed automatically. So this limits her options. Whatever she plays, a 3/7 will attack it. So it'll probably kill stuff right off the bat. And if she kills this, everything on her board is stunned, giving us another turn. We need Scribe, basically. If we don't draw Scribe, we're in trouble. Oh, okay. They're just going to bash our general down to 6. So getting triggered to Last Gasp is very bad. Pretty much allows one-hit KO moves, double Trample, or maybe another dog and Trample. Not the greatest situation. Okay. He's gonna kill our supply as well. Vineyard. On the bright side, we did get to draw 2 more cards. She didn't hit our Vineyard. Wait. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, she is really not hitting our Vineyard. Hit this! Why stun yourself? I'm impressed and also confused at the same time. I'm gonna assume she doesn't have 2 burst cards in her hand, and we're gonna just try to survive one more turn. We're gonna use a bunch of spells, so we need to kill the puppy now, I feel like. Wasting a bunch of cards on that. I am gonna boost the ship to limit what she can play. And then we're going to hide our general so he can't be targeted by spells like Trample. And hopefully next turn we'll be able to move our general to the front with a Campfire to heal him a bit. That's the plan. Let's continue. Yeah, the thing about these control decks, if you don't get the draws, you have very little control. And you're very vulnerable early on. Yeah, anything she plays we kill. And that's a free 2 damage. Because remember, the Desperate Defense, unless it goes below the 2 points, it's not actual damage. The ship will still be 1-5 if she plays nothing else. Okay, that's also dead. Isn't going to apply the extra health until you're finished playing. So you can't get 2 extra health and then get bashed. You just die. I don't know what she's doing. I mean, it did take 2 health away. She lost 2 cards. That's why the fire ship combo is very oppressive. Now we heal. We're still going to use our fire ship. I am tempted to draw another card, but I'm worried about our general. I guess we could do both. We'll just have to use a supply. We're simply not drawing our Scribe, which is really slowing our deck down. Alright, so this is a way better version of Conceal. You pretty much can stand here and block because no one can hit you. Nothing can touch the back line. And they can't target you because you take no damage. But the good news about these control deck is the games are really fun. They're long, and they kind of force you to think and get out of tough situations because you do start out with only 15 health. Double High-Ridge. Okay. She still can't play anything because if they don't have more than 3 health, they get killed by the fire ship. She's gonna kill our supply. Finally. No? I am a bit in shock. Okay. I mean, we're moving back. We need to draw more cards. Alright, we're gonna just stun her. The easiest solution here. That way she can't hit anything. And then we're also gonna move the fire ship up to heal it. And then we're gonna make him stop her from playing cards. And then we're just gonna end turn. And next turn we can heal our general back to 10. And we become really explosive. We can draw one of our 2 scribes or get Cassandra. Okay, so we have a way to draw cards now. So one of our kids is very helpful in that end. And now is things when you have board control. And you can start playing some of your more structure-oriented cards as you move forward to the end game. So here's when you grab all your structure card. You could definitely grab Messenger for value here. Or we can potentially get Demoralise, which is always a wonderful card. I might actually not take Stockade at this point. I think it's a bit too late to take that. We'll take Demoralise. Yeah, so basically, stunning defense on Fireship, very oppressive. Look at that. Can't develop her board. And we have a kid that can stun, we have a kid that can draw cards, we also have one kid that's cost 1 and it's 5/4. So getting through these daybreaks are going to help us immensely. Alright, she just wasted 5 supplies because she doesn't want to play anything. And we will heal our general again. And I think we'll just keep boosting our fire ship, and we'll buy time with stun a whole line so the general can't do anything. We finally got our scribe. There we go. Now we can draw a lot of cards. The fire ship will continue to get boosted. I'm going to just hit the general. I don't mind the high ridge. It's not doing her any good. And I'm going to not waste any supplies and also play our Lycian Stonemason. This will make our building combos in case we get a Trojan Wall much stronger. If you just look at our hand, next turn, we can draw 5 cards during the turn by using the supplies and conceal on the scribe. And at the end of the turn, we draw 1 extra, so we can draw 7 cards from our deck next turn. And now we're officially online, and we still have a board clear in case we need it. And this works very well for us because our important pieces in the late game are all buildings or structures. So units getting destroyed is not going to hurt us. But in this case, we have board control, so he has nothing against us. Okay, so she thinks she can stop our draws, but little does she know we are running Scribe in our deck. Demolition is a card that I typically don't run very often because there's not many good targets. Like the best target is actually the Trojan Wall for 5 damage, but it's not necessary at this point. We're just gonna show her what we have. No need to hide it. Conceal that. Draw a card, draw a card. It's gonna get ridiculous. Ooh, Citadel of Troy. We can play that next turn. We have 10 supplies then. Another Stonemason. We can make this Citadel into a nice 19. That's kind of insane. Alright, is there any way we can bring her down 1 damage? Ooh, we drew Garrison. So Garrison's also a very difficult to deal with card. Let's see, how do we want to do this? We definitely want to boost him. I don't want to lose my healing building, so I might even give it invincibility. And then we're going to draw another card. We could double up our healing and just move between and heal everywhere. There we go. Pretty happy with that. And I think it's maybe time for her to surrender, unless she's running Regime Change plus Blot Out the Sun. That'll wipe out our entire board, except for the Campfire, because we did make it invincible. And the good thing about that, structure decks are really vulnerable to Regime Change, but because we're running a version that keeps our hand full, we are very good at rebuilding our board really quickly, even after suffering from like a huge board clear. What's she gonna do? Suicide herself? Escape behind your high ridge. Run back. See, if you're gonna run back, why waste your 1 supply on that? I guess she wants the bow next turn? See, this is when we have an aggro deck like hers. All these small units that she wants to buff. No opportunity to buff because our fire ship will wipe everything out. Yellow turban combo. Alright, our fire ship is gone, but we're gonna kill a couple of these. Bam. Bam. Oh, that programming there. The numbers activated right after the first attack. What we could have done is given the Campfire's invincibility to the fire ship, then we take no damage as we bash into everyone. That would have been insane. Kill the horse. Alright, no problem. So we're about to hit daybreak. First we pop her. So now she's not invincible. And we will actually get to kill someone with the Citadel of Troy. I've actually never done that, because it never gets to this point. But here we go. During the daybreak, all our structures will attack the general, and she's gonna die. We're gonna draw a card. Ooh, all our structure is gonna attack their general. Let's make it even more. And Stockade's nice because it's an event card, not a structure card, so we can get a draw off that with Scribe. So a lot of synergies in this deck. So unless she can burst 10 health this turn, she's dead. So let's go. Actually, correction, I have seen the animation for Citadel killing people. It's just that it's not like a perfect setup for like last turn we knock her down to last gaps, then we kill them with the Citadel. I done it before when I just had like huge board advantage, just threw it out as the finisher. Well, technically we do have huge board advantage. But you see situations like this, if she plays some incredible unit card that we can't deal with, we can easily do Pyrrhic Victory, clear the board. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 structures left, a bunch of cards in hand, including Garrison. Garrison will not get killed when you use Pyrrhic if it's next to a building. So you can keep this always on your board, smack it in between a pretty strong building, and just incredibly strong. It can be also a really good defensive card against flanking, because let's say we have this structure here, we put the Garrison right next to it here, then the flank can never hit the building to take them out, and the Garrison will just stand there and take out any flankers. So also a very cool card. And it's over. We just call it. Oh. Okay, but then she ran out of steam. She can't get enough damage. That's the finish. The Citadel of Troy. Alright, let's play another. Alrighty, we found someone. Let's see who we have. Preferably not Agamemnon. Oh, same opponent. I don't know if it's actually the same, but mobile account using a Google Android system. Certain deck again. Well, they almost had us early on. The War Dog combo really caught us by surprise, and we also should know that she has Menace in her deck, so she could pull our general up. Same idea. We kind of know what she has, she kind of know what we have. Always get your Scribe combo, and then just about survival early on. And then obviously control with these two units using your stunning defense, Campfire for healing, Messenger for draw, and Trample in case there's a very key 3 health target. That's about it. It'd be very interesting for our 3 showcase matches all against this one opponent. It definitely could happen. This game is in closed beta, or technically not closed, but you gotta request the keys. So it's common for the player base to be quite small. Thus, we might run into similar opponents. Okay. See, personally, I like to save slingers for later, because the fast ability is what makes them valuable. So you catch people by surprise. Like, throwing it out here on turn 1, in my opinion, is pretty meaningless. And we're just stalling. We already got our Scribe combo. This is the basic version. It'd be nice if we can get Vineyard. That does nothing unless you sacrifice 2 health from Surian to trade 1 health from us. Okay. I like that math. Ooh, we get Vineyard, but we can't play it now because we need to wait till 4 supplies. You gotta protect your leader. There's not much health. You can't, play around. And plus, since they do have a slinger on board, if we play this, she'll just use the bow, combine that, and kill it. So our next play is probably Fire Ship. I need to draw Demoralise to take this range unit out. This is what's annoying me the most, because melee unit trades into us very poorly. This build board up is concerning. Depends on how she play it. I think the optimal way to play against Priam, in my experience of playing as Priam, is perhaps don't trade. Right, this is the good decision. You don't want to actually trade your units into him when he has the buff. It doesn't do you any good, and it just basically help your opponent out. What we need to do here is somehow survive through this and be able to retaliate next turn, and that's a very difficult thing to do without Demoralise. We're gonna play this, just offer something for her to kill. Cavalry and range. To kill us. Trying to see more cards. We can patiently wait for a Scribe combo to pull out Demoralise, but right now we just have to buy time. Yeah, so this... Okay, so we get our Stunning Boy. Very nice. Definitely get Pyrrhic Victory here. And then I think what we want... Draw cards, direct damage, more Conceal. Happy with all these. I'll take a stun by another turn. And then I think we're going to start working on our basic combo, and they'll grab a Divine Intervention as well. Yeah, I was saying, the fun part about this deck is the early struggle. Because once you get things built up, you get pretty strong. And just a waiting game, because you don't kill people fast, since you do have to use your structures. But in the beginning, it's all about how to survive. Oh. Trample? Oh. Alright. Big investment. I guess she doesn't know we have Garrison. Because if she knew we had Garrison, she would save Demoralise for Garrison. Because it kills Garrison really, really well. Yeah, the range is killing us. We'll send our boy out to stun. Give her some bad news in terms of healing. And I don't think we need to buff him, because it doesn't matter. We want him to die. And at this point, I want to keep one of them alive. Doesn't matter which one. And you gotta remember, we used both Campfire, so next Daybreak, grab another Campfire. We really want this stun to trigger. And definitely applaud to our opponent, because the second time around, they're playing their deck much better, keeping cards in their hand, not overdeveloping. Even though we didn't show most of our hand, you know, we didn't show her we had Garrison, we didn't show her we had Pyrrhic Victory. Not even going to try to destroy our campfires. That I don't understand. There we go. She should have a couple high ridges in her deck, shouldn't she? Huh. Buy herself another turn. Interesting. I mean, in this case, we can play this combo now. I think we're good. I can take a beating because we do have healing options around us. Like, that's all he can do. Maybe a Trample. Trample brings us to 9. Oh, regime change. This might not be the same opponent, or maybe they edited their deck right after playing us. That's incredible. Like, she definitely didn't have that combo last turn. I'm impressed. That's a quick edit. Alright, we're good. We'll get last gas by Trample, but I don't really want to use Conceal right now to stop it. I want to pull off a really good Scribe combo next turn. Trample? No, move us up. War Dog? It's 5 supplies. Oh. Okay. Similar idea. Maybe not the same opponent. For the viewers, maybe check the code, see if it's the same person. Alright, we're back down. The question is, do we need to Scribe right now? We might not need to Scribe right now. I have cards in my hand that I want to play. Alright, Campfire, Divine Intervention, Concealment, also all sorts of things to keep us alive. And Demoralise. This can keep us safe. I'm wondering if we should just Scribe right now. We probably should. Yeah, we're gonna Scribe. Hide the Scribe. Gonna knock him out. Ooh. I'm trying to think what I should do with our leader here. I could just Desperate Defense him. Might be the best move. Let's draw another card and then decide. Yeah, I think we're just going to Desperate Defense him and hope there's no 8 damage burst. Oh, she might actually have 7, 8 cost. We can play it safe. And then I'm going to draw another card here. I think we're fine. Because we can still Divine Intervention on him. We're trying to draw a Campfire and cards in our deck. But look at how many things we can use to draw. All these can be used to draw cards. Alright, didn't play anything else. I don't understand why. We have a very interesting option. We can Elephant Trample her to death. We can knock her to 6 this turn if we want to. But that's overkill. We don't want to show our hand that much. We'll stun. That's the goal first. Form a defensive wall. Ideally 6 units so they can't pull our leader up. Or right now we can actually still keep him up because we can Divine Intervention for him. But it's probably better if we keep him on the back line, to be honest. Alright, safety first. No need to gamble. Campfire. Perfect. I would like to fill up the line, that's what we said, but right now we have Divine Intervention, so we're fine. I just want to save our Lycian Stonemason. Or at least make it difficult for them to kill him. They can kill Cassandra now. We have enough cards. Alright, let's go. Like, we're gonna get too many cards. We're gonna start burning cards away. We have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're gonna burn a card next turn. We're not gonna get our next card. So please kill her. Or kill that. Everything in our hand, except for this and this, will draw us cards to max out our hand. It's just kind of ridiculous at this point. Retreat? Using Menace to retreat because we filled up the line so she can't pull our general forward. We can also Pyrrhic right now if she plays a bunch of units, because I don't need these guys anymore. Oh wow. This feels like she's just given up. We lost the Divine Intervention, that's sad. We need to heal, which means I need to actually pull her back. We need to go heal. And then we need to make ourselves 10 health. Survival is always key. And we're gonna keep her stunned so they can't use her general. 1 stun a turn. Ooh, that's very useful, but we can't really use that for much help right now. We almost drew our entire deck, but right now the problem is, as we draw more cards, we're gonna have to throw cards away. Let's pull a couple from our reserve. I could just play him just to keep an empty card slot, but it's pointless because that's gonna give us an extra slot. We're pretty much gonna lose both of these cards. I don't know. I kind of want to kill my own unit. I think that's silly. Alright, we'll just take another one from our reserve. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's fine. We'll lose a card. Doesn't really matter. We can play this next turn and Daybreaker. Oh, Conceal gone. That could save our general. We lost Divine Intervention and Conceal. And we're going to lose the last card too, because we have a full hand. Now I'm trying to remember what is the last card. You can see the card advantage of running Scribe decks, right? We have the same Daybreak. I have 9 more cards than her from the deck, and plus whatever amount, probably 3 from Messenger, because I draw a Messenger every turn. Trojan Wall is gone. Not a big deal. So this would kill her. No, it wouldn't kill her right away because she will hit Last Gasp. But I'm still gonna play it. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna play it. And just knock her to Last Gasp, and then we can blow it up. Blowing up our Citadel to win. That could be a fun ending. There's no more cards, so we're finally going to use up our hand. Alright, give our general 10 health. That's definitely key. And we're going to move up our cavalry. Just to flex. I think we're good. We blow up our Citadel next turn for the win. Assuming we don't die here. Doesn't matter. Auto choose. We don't need anything. She could regime change us and clear the whole board. Then we can't kill her next turn. Huh. Now I'm a little worried. That's a 6 cost combo, I believe. I'll leave her 4 supplies to try to kill us at 9 health. I don't think she can do it. She can board clear. Regime change and blot out the sun in her, what, 10 cards? 9 actual cards. This one's her signature card. You should have that, right? No? Question mark? Patiently waiting. Yep, she has that. So taking random cards might have hurt us. But I don't see how she can kill us this turn. Like, the most damage I can imagine is another 3. Yep. Oh, wow. Why would you do that? I guess the general's protected this turn. So I think we could potentially die next turn. Right, we could definitely potentially die next turn. We don't have any way to keep our general safe. This is very awkward. We need to draw something useful. Not useful enough, but that's a start. She's ready stun. There's no point to stun her again. We need extra health. Right, I think we actually lose. Double Trample will kill us. Or War Dog / Trample. I'm just gonna fill up the line and see what happens next. How many tramples does she have? That's the question. Okay, she's 1 damage short. Ah, she got it. Congratulations. Alrighty, we lost one. No big deal. It was still very fun. Let's play another one. That was a fast found. Let's see if we can make this best out of 3. Nope, we got a Napoleon deck. At least we get variety. Sarcasm, I like the name. Alright, let's talk about this matchup. So, he has range units, which is what we hate. Same idea, we need our combo. We need things to kill his range unit, some cavalry, and some control. And that's about it. I think last round, if we didn't burn so many of our Conceal and Divine Intervention, we would have been okay. We could have outlasted and not get hit by those direct damage events. It's always nice to see our Scribe combo in hand already, and we also have a supply for free because we start second. No need to move up and get hit, and there's nothing we need to protect at this point. Ooh, that's a great development for Napoleon. Next turn, if it's the open order with the 3 cost draw 2 card, that would be an amazing start for Napoleon. Alright, we're gonna try to slow him down a bit. We're gonna use our supply here, because we do need some temple, can't just let him develop. Napoleon's weakness is too little health, so I want to do some early damage here. Watch he have a grape shot and just pop all 3 of our recruits. That would be pretty cool. What did I say? Grape shot. There we go. But he still had to deal with our guy. That's going to be difficult. Ping it for 1 damage. That's probably the best he can do. And we don't actually take the damage because we used Desperate Defense on him. High Ridge. Okay. It doesn't really concern us. I think what we're going to do is outlast till we get Pyrrhic Victory and just wipe out his board. Or we can just stop him from attacking. But maybe on a stronger target. There's plenty of range units on the Napoleon deck. No need to get anti here. Just because we have something doesn't mean we have to use it. Right now that doesn't pose a threat, so we can just end turn. Now he's probably going to wait till next daybreak and then calibrated awareness on him and then a couple of round shots on these plus 1 hits from this. Yeah, all the range units are coming out. Definitely need our Pyrrhic Victory very soon. Calibrated awareness? Awareness? Really? He's not gonna wait for planned? He can just wait 1 turn. Oh no, he's gonna throw his general, lose 3 health. Okay, the cannon's something we could try to debuff, because it's also artillery. So in case he's playing the artillery officer. What do we want? Definitely board clear. I have the Scribe combos, I might not need to draw it. I definitely need the protection. Always welcome some healing. Damage. We have 1 in our deck right now. I think we'll stun the back line and also pick up Mason. But because we got our Sun that can stun, we might just throw him up there instead of use our Demoralise. It does the same thing. Right now everything he has is short ranged. Yeah, I can just do this. Buy us another turn. And we can Scribe next turn. We can Scribe and draw 2 cards. Or we can just wait a little bit to Scribe. There's no rush. Looking at his hand, he doesn't have Calibrated Awareness in hand, or else he'd be glowing. Alright, everyone's stunned. The 2/6, no, this is an earlier card. He had it for a while. Ah, that's what we're going to use Demoralise on. Kill that cavalry. Alright, now we get a breather. Kill the cavalry. And I'm going to gain control a little bit. I know we want to pull off a really nice Scribe combo, but sometimes you can't get greedy. And instead what we're going to do is use our supply to make sure we control the board. The worst case scenario is sudden barrage and 3 damage to the backline, but that's about it. The thing about Napoleon deck is if you don't get that fresh water, yep. If you don't get fresh water, doesn't matter how much supplies you get from supply train, you don't have cards to play. But he got fresh water, so sudden barrage. Yep. Worst thing that can happen. I was just saying how fresh water gives them cards. Alright. Could have been worse. Let's see if he moves up his range units. They're short range, so it's kind of awkward for him. But if he moves them up, they only become 2 health. Right. I don't know if he likes that or not. Well, time to Scribe. Conceal. Draw cards. I think our health is okay. We're 5 away from last gasp, which might be a little too close for comfort. Yeah, we just want board control. Yeah, it's probably better this way. Alright, let's separate the leader from him in case sudden barrage. I don't think he has 2. It's only been 2 daybreak. You never take sudden barrage in the first daybreak. So he can't actually hit our concealed units. I think we're fine. But I think he has another freshwater in his deck, which is concerning. Okay. I see a lot of deck running Stonebridge nowadays. It's interesting. I don't know if it actually works well. You play your units a little bit cheaper, but against our deck, I don't think that matters too much. I'm not saying it's a bad card, I'm just saying against our deck, I don't think Stonebridge is particularly scary. Alright, we have Campfire. We don't have a lot of options, to be honest. Doesn't look that great for us. We pretty much want to stun the front, but the back can't hurt us. Draw 2 cards from that. Oh, double Campfire though, that's nice. Pull him back. No need to die up front. We can just stall at this point. We're stalling for Pyrrhic Victory, which has 3 cards, so we kind of want to draw it now. Oh, if we want to draw it now, we have to play spells. It's a waste for us to play spells right now, that's the problem. I'm just going to draw another card. If we don't get it, it's not the end of the world, I guess. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we'll take another board clear. Just because getting a little rough here. Definitely protection cards. And I don't need this right now. Campfire and then draw for value. I think that's good. We have a backup Scribe. I think the worst card he can draw is Freshwater. Please don't be Freshwater. Or Sudden Barrage. That's really bad too. Oh. Getting impatient. Ooh, all strong cards. We need either Stun a Line or Pyrrhic Victory off this draw right here. Okay, neither. Well, we want to draw cards. Let's make him useless. I don't want to get stunned. But then I don't want... Oh, let's make him useless. Oh, what a beautiful card. He has no more board. He has no more deck. What a beautiful card. Goodbye. Here, hit us. Doesn't that feel good, Napoleon? Smacking an old man around. A supplies but doesn't play a card? What does he have? I'm gonna tease him a bit. I'm gonna move him back. I want my campfires on the front later. So that was poor planning on my part. Should have thought about that last turn. I just wanted him to smack us. Guess I'll want to draw cards. And then we'll throw our sun out there. Oh, triple campfire. Oh, wow. Too bad you can only get, you know, 2 of them to proc on you because you move next to them. But we can put them on both lines. So a lot of healing. Wonder what he has here. Why would you not play it? Like maybe you're conservative with your sudden barrage? All that supplies for Napoleon but no cards. I think he made a mistake of not drawing more fresh orders, or maybe he just can't get them out. Unlucky. Both could be a thing. Last gas. He has a lot of cards now. A little scary. I'm going to move my Scribe back. There's 1. There's 2. There's me. Ooh, okay. I won't say no to that. I expect a lot from him this turn. There's 5 cards in hand, 11 supplies. Sudden Barrage? He's been saving a Sudden Barrage, so that's the card he didn't play. Yeah, he gets better value here, but I don't think it changes anything. He has no units to boost. I guess the best card we can draw is another Trample. That just ends the game for us. Oh. Energy. Alright, harder card, Trample. We're going to add 1 to increase our chances, protect our leader. Blow up buildings to kill him. That's another option. That can also win us the game. We'll grab the expensive stuff now since we are clearly ahead. Maybe another Demoralise. Very useful. Alright, let's see if we can just finish. Nope, can't do... I mean, we could if we draw it. Right, we always have the option of drawing it with Scribe on the board. There we go. Game over. We'll blow up our Vineyard. The grapes will kill him. A Frenchman dying to a vineyard. Fitting. Alrighty, and that's going to be our showcase. 3 matches, pretty fun. And this deck, just one quick thing before we leave. It doesn't use all the typical structure cards. Because if we take a look here, there's a bunch that I don't use. So I don't use High Ridge because I think it's going to get nerfed in September. I don't use Man the Wall, which is actually really strange. I think a lot of people value this card quite a bit. But as you can see, we don't use structures offensively. This is a very defensive deck. So the whole point of featuring Desperate Defense is I don't want my walls to be short-ranged. Because if they're short-ranged, they are worthless on defense. And our best combo is really just Stonemason into some Stockade or Campfire, that's pretty decent. You have a bunch of either 3-5 if you only have one Stonemason, or a bunch of, this would be a 3-4. Both very good defensive items, or 2 3-4 per combo. Only costs 3 to combo this. Versus you have to get that combo and then get another card and then make one of them worthless on defense just for 3 extra damage on range. It just doesn't feel worth it for me. I also don't use the Shrine because, once again, this is only good if you want your structures to be offensive, and we don't want that. And that's pretty much the key difference here for the structures. Now, we are going to get a new Trojan faction general, Amazon leader, coming in September. So that's going to bring new Trojan cards. So potentially we could flush out this deck even better, because right now I still feel like this deck is missing something. Something feels off. It's a very nice early game defensive control deck, late game pretty oppressive, and because we have Scribe, we can bounce back if we get hit with regime change, whereas a lot of structure decks, just basically if you get hit with regime change, you're done. And we have a couple of synergies, destroying units. But once again, it's an expensive deck. 2 legendaries here, and a bunch of epic as well. So, depends on if you have the cards or not. This is a fun deck. If you don't, play the Tall deck and build up your crafting materials so you can grab them, because you do get quite a bit of crafting materials, and we have some options here that I've been saving up to maybe grab some of the new cards when the new Trojan faction get introduced. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. See you guys next time. Bye!